Good evening. Well, technically, it's good morning because it's a Sunday, and this is a pre-recorded session. Uh, it is the one of the best things about the Emberlight Saga having members all over the world, literally all over the world. And we are coming to you from a pre-recorded game, and I am joined by nobody here has gone out on a mission yet. But they've all done offline quests. They've all been involved. But you're, aside from our town hall meeting, this will be your first chance to meet six members in another mission. The Vanishings at Biggest Brother Lake. My name is Declan, and I am your game master. This is the Emberlight Saga, a dark fantasy campaign about holding on to hope even in the face of the end of the world. The campaign is heavily inspired by grimdark elements, supernatural elements, and it touches on some fairly heavy emotional and adult themes around grief, loss, hopelessness, psychological and supernatural horror elements, violence, and moments of very, very strong, intimate, emotional role playing. If that's not your cup of tea, and you just that sort of stuff isn't for you, there's plenty of other D8 dungeon content out there that you can check out, and we'd love if you head on over to our YouTube channel where you can catch pretty much everything. Our one shots from our charity streams, our podcast series, Romancing the Dungeon, is also up there, though that also contains adult themes. But there's something for everybody. Again, we like to kind of tell you about some of our friends, and so if all of our stuff doesn't really sound like it's for you, then you should go check out the Emerald Collective. They actually might be streaming right now, so you might be able to pop over to them. But you can catch them on YouTube and on Twitch as the Emerald Collective. They run, I think. Keen, you can help me out here. They stream Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Well, my game is on Tuesdays, so
okay, and Tuesdays.
Yeah, I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
So
I know my game.
Okay, Keen knows his game, and that Keen's game is on Tuesdays. But this is Monday.
And you should watch it every second Tuesday.
So there are some absolutely phenomenal people in this space. So go check them out. I'll drop a link to the Emerald Collective in chat when I get a moment. Right. That is all my spiel, and we're gonna dive into tonight's episode. And unlike many of the other missions that Emberlight Guild members have gone out to, unlike any of the beginnings that you might be familiar with, long, arduous journeys on spiraling and shifting roads, cold, dark, forested areas, roadside camps filled with merchants and travelers. We start in the eclectic, soft, cozy, and warm environs of a front room in a small village called Anvor. Here, Thranos, Eric, Inez, Finton, Guy, and Keolira have made their way southeast of Varan, pushing themselves as a sense of urgency presses down. Reports of travelers and refugees going missing along the banks of the Biggest Brother Lake at the edge of the city of Mount Kilry warrants a immediate response, warrants the guild to investigate and find those missing, and hopefully catching whatever is the source of the disappearances. The journey on foot would take 2 days, but Keolira informs the group that if they did push themselves and they spent a little less time resting, they could more than likely find a warm welcome at her family home in the village of Anvor, where Jasper and Ramona would receive them, offer shelter, offer food, and offer stories. And it is as they described. Jasper and Ramona swing the door open rather abruptly. It's almost like Keolira, they have a sixth sense for when their offspring approach. And the six of you are greeted by these older people. There's a moment, Thranos in particular, where like you can't help but kind of think of Malin. Like they're probably in their late 50s, early 60s. Keolira, what do Jasper and Ramona look like?
There we go. Much to my mother's chagrin, I have stolen my father's entire face. So my dad and I look almost exactly alike. But she did get her get back because my brother who we may or may not meet later, looks just like her. Um, Similar features, but they're a little bit taller, less pointy ears for the just you've got a couple of wood elves here, and they're just happy to be here, and they're a bit more built because they work with their hands. My mom does a lot of like gardening and keeping the land at least nearby as healthy as possible with the help of her sister-in-law, my aunt, and my dad is a fisherman. So they've got a little bit more muscle on them than normal elves because they're busy dealing with the earth. Smiling, laughing, they're just lovely, lovely people who, yeah, they can almost always tell when you're nearby. Didn't send them a letter, was absolutely going to just surprise them, and they already knew I was coming.
And the rest of you don't have a chance to gird yourselves, because as quickly as Jasper and Ramona embrace their daughter, Jasper immediately just throws his hands around you, Thranos, and then Ramona just she hugs your arm, like, and it's not a polite casual hug. It's a parent's hug. It is like she squashes you, and you're a Goliath. But again, it's a real proper embrace. Eric, Inez, and Finton, they both, Jasper and Ramona, hug each of you. Like, they thank you for bringing Kealira to them, for seeing her safe. They usher without any sort of chance to, we can stay at an inn. Can't happen, won't happen, will never happen. They'll make room, they'll move furniture. There was a bookshelf that Ramona wanted to get rid of anyway. And you sleep standing up, so you'll be fine. But they can move a couch, they can do bits and pieces. So Ramona immediately is into the kitchen and takes out the biggest pot that she has, and she starts making food, while Jasper gets the aid of Finton, Guy, and Eric and Thranos to start just moving furniture, and is throwing down cushions, is throwing down blankets, is Kealira, he sent you out back to get the firewood. Take Inez with you, many hands, and the evening drifts by. It isn't. How does everybody feel in this? This is, rather than me telling you how you feel, because Jasper and Ramona have gone out of their way to make you not only feel comfortable in their home, but to make you feel part of it. And your bellies are full of an incredibly rich tomato stew, fresh homemade bread. There's cups of wine and mead and water and goat's milk, like whatever you need, they're getting and they're bringing. How does everybody feel in this moment? And I think we'll start with Kealira, if that's okay. And as you share this, could you give us a brief description of your character in terms of their physical appearance and what they're doing in this moment? Because we're all currently set in the front room of the Ivy Dew's home. So what might your character be doing?
Kealira is, if this is after dinner and after everything has sort of been cleaned up, has probably gone into like her childhood bedroom and is just rifling through her old things and going, oh, I forgot I wrote that down, or I haven't seen this toy in forever. And just like milling about through like, her own like personal items, just like, oh yeah. And it feels like such a long time ago when she was here, even though it really wasn't, but it's just every time she comes home, it's enjoying those memories from her childhood.
And your room is pristine. Like don't get me wrong, Jasper and Ramona have moved stuff in here. There's boxes and there's books and obviously
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
from the front room, but everything is as you left it. Like they take care of this space, because it's your room, it's your space. What does Kira Lira look like? I know we established she looks very much like her father, but what does that?
Kira has soft brown skin, really wavy brown hair, broad nose. Kind of almost always looks like she's smiling, even when she isn't. And there is most likely either flowers or insects in her hair, by choice. They're a little bit taller, very lithe, and minerals under her fingernails. Not so much dirt, but she's got a thing for rocks, so there's like usually minerals of some kind always deposited underneath her fingernails, no matter how much she tries.
And you are just kind of not rummaging, but you're just kind of
Yeah, I'm just kind of going through a different box of mine that I didn't go through last time I was home.
Yeah, it's a collection of like like half started diaries, drawings, these bits and pieces. Randy, what is Guy doing? Can you tell us what he looks like, and then what's he doing in this space?
So Guy is indeed a Goliath, nearly 8 feet tall. His skin shines with polished stone. He's got a really almost a buzz cut, piercings just above his eye and on his ears as well, and wearing this long coat with this kind of see-through shirt in front of it. And he's just feeling, he's just by the wall, and he feels really, really rooted, and just feels that warmth that comes from the space, from the fire, sort of the heart here, and just the warmth of the welcome of Kilira's family. And it's so unusual for him because he just twitches a little bit, remembering many days just up in the mountains, and just really storms and rain on his skin. Just this is completely different, but he's very much rooted and just really appreciating that space.
And Cian, can you tell us a little bit about Finton and what's he doing?
So Finton is quite tall for a human. He's nearly hitting 7 feet. Like, he is taking up a lot of space, and he is trying his very best to help in whatever way he can, by like trying to cook, trying to move things, trying to do everything like that. And he is extremely interested in what the parents are like, their lives. Like, he's probably having a really in-depth conversation about the most mundane things, because everything is important to him. Yeah, I know. Me personally, Cian, don't want to have that conversation, but Finton does. Like Finton,
they're talking about migration patterns of traveling sheep. So it is like, and Jasper has a theory about how the weather affects their moods.
Okay.
And he is going on about it. Like, he is, and he's written to people, and he's writing to people. And do you know any people?
You need to keep writing to these people.
Okay, I will.
Give me a list.
Okay. And he goes off to his study to get a bunch of letters, because he doesn't know. He's sending it to the Annual Consortium. He's sending it to the Church of the Vale. Like, he has this theory about these, just about traveling sheep, and how the weather seems to, and more specifically, clouds. So like, the fluffier the cloud, they tend to sort of gather. And the entire time, Ramona is just, she's getting a headache, but like, she'll never say anything.
Finton is taking this like extremely sincerely. He is listening to every word, and it is going in. He's also like he's wearing chainmail, has a shield, has a sword, but like his face is giving just like nice guy, wholesome vibes. Yeah, it's pretty much.
At some point, Keeler just walks by and goes, "Congratulations, you've just become my father's new favorite person."
Well, your father's one of my favorite people. Everyone's my favorite person.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Sam, where do we find Inez, and can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yes, so Inez is average height and build, 5'8", water genasi, so has, some kind of almost like frilled out ears that are just adorned with so many earrings themselves that are buried underneath like this wavy ombre hair, and kind of big, billowy, almost still holding on to some pirate-esque aesthetic from her own town, like a overdone shirt and just like pants that have a skirt disguised sort of apron tied over them, and her boots. But I think the second that she got a hug from Ramona, like she would have been absolutely right in there and would have just said, "Let me into the kitchen. I want to see how you make everything. Show me like as much as you want to, as much as it's comfortable. Like if I can help and I can help with the recipes, like, I'm more than happy to. Okay, let's do the firewood. All right, let's go do this. Let me clean up. Don't lift a finger. Like you've done all you need to, opening your heart to us. Like this is so beautiful, and it's so nice to be in a home, and it's so nice to be in such warmth. We've traveled forever, and it's been so long, and we're so grateful. And tell me everything about these migration theories, because they're so interesting. And if you've written to the Church of the Veil, then I can also write a letter. And I was pretty involved before I came to the guild, so I'm happy to see who's gotten it, and tell me how I can reach you, and we can link up as well. But also tell me about your dessert recipes. Like I really want to know what's your favorite pie, and please, I like to put cinnamon in the tops of my tea, just for like a little bit of magic. And if you light it on fire, it's fun. And she's just so overwhelmingly grateful to be here.
Ramona kind of looks to you, Kialira, for help. It's the oh no, I found another version of your father. And
it's just so fascinating, everything you have. Like this is oh my gosh.
She just I think I hear something in the kitchen. And she gets up and like she just takes your hand, Kialira, and she just gives it a squeeze. And she's smiling, and it's just like, sit down.
Okay. Yeah, I will take care of it.
Yeah, and she does. So she heads into the kitchen. She just pours herself a glass of water, and she just sips it very, very slowly. There is a smile on her face because her home is full, and Ramona is at her best when there are people to mind. So she's already, like, you've already had dinner, you've had dessert, and now she is just kind of plating up kind of like hard bread, crackers. She's getting some cheese and some cured meats, and she's putting a few bits and pieces together. Eric.
Oh, let me take that out for you.
Okay. No, I'm good. And she's trying to close the door on you. I'll be out in a moment.
As like the door is being closed upon me, I'm just gonna turn around and go, "I'm so sorry. Was that too much?"
It's okay. Why don't you come, and I'm going to show you some of my brother's drawings from when he was little, and he's absolutely going to murder me when he finds out that I've shown these to people.
Okay, so you're going to go try and break into your brother's room.
Absolutely.
Okay. Give me a. Do you have proficiency in lockpicking tools?
Nope. But he's also my brother, so I know his tricks.
Okay.
Can I get the help action?
Okay, give me advantage. You give me a roll with sleight of hand, and you have advantage on it.
I've never done anything like this.
What? This is what siblings do. What do you mean?
I was an only child.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's lucky in some ways, in other ways, But this is fine. I got a 16.
Okay. You start messing with the lock. All right, we'll come back to this in a moment. Eric, where are you, and can you tell us a little bit about what you look like?
Well, I think I was going to put Eric in the kitchen, but maybe if Ramona was to be on her own in the kitchen, Eric will kind of like get out.
She hasn't even noticed you.
Probably not.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty small.
Okay.
You see this halfling with a curly black hair, a bit of a goatee, kind of. He was probably whatever is to be done in the kitchen, maybe washing some old dishes. Probably would have had to find a step or something to reach the sink, but he found it. I like to think that in like 20, 25 years, this is not the first time that Eric's been in such a warm family home. So it doesn't hurt as much, but it still hurts. And he knows how to deal with it. He's not completely like him. He's always a little bit distant. But not completely. He smiles when he's meant to smile. He looks fondly at all the others who are mixing in and engaging really well. But he's quite happy being in the kitchen doing something rather than full on witnessing all that's going on.
In the moment, like you just hear kind of an exasperated sigh as Ramona finishes the glass of water, and she just turns and she just makes direct eye contact with you.
And my eyes are a bright purple.
I'm so sorry. I did not realize that you were in here, Eric.
Yes, if I'm not supposed to be here, I can leave.
No, you can make yourself of use just behind you on that top shelf. If you could just open the cabinet doors.
On the top shelf?
Yeah.
Do you have a ladder?
And she takes out kind of a two-step, two-step stool to get up onto the counter. And there is just this, it's just jars of like preserves and books. Like again, it's kind of a shelf for kind of everything. Just behind Mallory's kitchen recipes, you see it's just a very heavy leather-bound book. Just behind that, you're going to find what I need you to get for me. It's just a small little bottle.
Okay, I'd say I'd pause a little bit. Is Mallory's kitchen recipe like a classic?
Yes, yeah. It's a staple in a lot of homes.
It probably was one in mine.
Okay.
There's a brief pause, and then I'll grab what she needs.
It's a small, fat-bellied bottle. It's got a black cherry cork sitting in the mouth. The bottle's kind of sticky as you touch it. Do you drink, Eric?
I'm not sure I should tonight.
But you should, because it is not good to drink alone. And she takes the bottle from your hands and she just pours two small little cups, like a shot almost, down the hatch, and she hands the cup to you. It smells incredibly sweet. It smells kind of earthy. It smells warm and kind of. It has a spice to it, like kind of a warm, sweet spice. Does Eric drink?
I don't think he would drink before a mission. He doesn't drink that much, maybe
Okay.
occasionally, but I don't think he would. Or unless he could tell for sure, okay, I'll be fine. And
Oh no, this is like it's literally just a
yeah, I
like
think
a
in
shot.
that case, to indulge, he to indulge Ramona, he will. Just,
You take a mouth of it, like a mouthful, and again, that's all that's really in the little pewter cup. It is, this is, it's definitely homemade. It's definitely quite strong. It tastes a little like brandy and cinnamon. And it's that sort of like it burns like it's a warm burn as you feel it coat the back of your throat. She just again lets out kind of a like a sigh. Okay, that's taken the edge off, and she puts the cork into the bottle. She hands it to you. She goes, just behind, please. Thank you.
of course. I'll put it back. Are you okay?
Yes, and not a word to Jasper, because that is my supply.
Not a word of what?
Exactly. And not a word to Kirlia either. Those two, and she kind of savors the taste in her mouth. It's Hill Rock brandy. It's kind of a local drink. Thranos, where are you, and can you tell us a little bit about what Thranos looks like?
So Thranos is a Shaderkai elf. He's quite tall, maybe around 6'1". Pale, sort of ashen skin. It's quite slender, long black hair. He's wearing quite mourning clothes, or sort of funeral attire. This long black kind of overcoat that has silver embroidery around the edges, and quite practical black boots. Everything's kind of dark. When he's out and about, he has this kind of black wide brimmed hat. Has this kind of black kind of lace fabric around the helm of it, but he's taken that off whilst he's indoors. Pale grey eyes. He would have been helping out with the kind of the dishes and everything, but he's on the quieter side, but he's taking everything in. He's never really had a home until he kind of went to the guild about 50 years ago. He was always just on the road with his mother and his grandmother, going kind of village to village where they were needed when people had passed away. So he's just loving seeing this sort of family unit in such kind of a personal capacity. He's looking at all their decoration, ornamentation around the house, and just really trying to get a sense of who these people are, what they're about, and
Yeah, no, go for it.
and just with the conversations he'd have with Kirlia's parents, just really wonder where they came from, their stories, and about their family and who they are as people.
Just outside that front room, that living room space, and kind of between the kitchen, as you're kind of drifting, you do see Inez and Kirlia down the hall, and they're outside a door, but your eyes are drawn to a gallery wall, and there's all manner of frame in terms of style and color, just kind of hanging there, and there's pictures, there's portraits of Kirlia as a child and her brother. There's little scenery, there's just little portraits of landscapes and all kinds of bits and pieces. Some are clearly handmade, as in they're made by either Jasper or Ramona or Kirlia or her brother. But it's just this. It's like looking at a family's tapestry. You can see key moments. You can see things that they wanted to keep and display. And your eyes linger for a moment. There's a drawing of a well, and it looks like it looks like a village, like it's kind of like maybe a little village square. It's that sort of, there's a wave of sort of deja vu as you kind of look at it, and you just see village of Anvor, and a signature with a kind of a very flashy J, and you realize you've been here before. You passed through Anvor many years ago. You and your grandmother and your services, you have worked here, or she has worked here, and you assisted. And as you stare up at this wall and you look at this family tree, this family collection, you can't help think of your own. And then there is just this cacophony of, it's like someone has grabbed a wind chime and just started shaking it violently. Keylira, you wedge a little clip into the door and you tangle at it, and you have it. You can feel the little hook inside as Inez just kind of like is kind of one ear pressed to it, and there is a little click sound, and you feel something give, and you push and you twist, and then there is just this rattling of chimes going off, and there is a burst out the keyhole, a spray of color as you and Inez are drowned in glitter spray. And you're both, your hands are coated, your clothes are coated, it's in your hair. You are both sprayed with glitter.
Lauren. Okay. Nope, this is fine. And very defiantly, I am just going to place both hands on the outside of the door, leaving glittery handprints on them.
Okay.
Do I see this happening?
Yes. Oh yeah. Everybody hears it, but like as you hear it and you turn around, Thrados, you do see Keylira just with both hands kind of smearing them on the door. Both themselves and Inez painted in glitter.
He kind of looks down the hall and just kind of stares at them for a moment, because he's just like, okay. And he just kind of carefully makes his way down the hall towards them. And I didn't think we'd had been needing to open my ledger yet. Bad decisions already.
No.
He kind of is trying to stifle a smile.
It's
Because
okay.
they just look clowned out.
This is fine.
Clean.
He's booby-trapped his room. That just means the next time he's out hanging with his fun little I'm smarter than everyone else friends, I'm going to remind him of that time when we got lost in the woods and he started digging his own grave because he thought that was better than trying to find our way home.
Seems practical.
Okay. Yeah.
We were 8.
But, maybe a bit soon.
At this point, Ramona and Jasper have also they've got up, they've come out, and I think all of you are kind of staring down at Inez and Keylira and Thranos. And Jasper just starts laughing.
He glitter bombed his room. What?
He did warn us.
What's he hiding in here that requires this?
And then Ramona just kind of like shrugs her shoulders. You know your brother, he just likes his privacy.
He's so boring. Are you sure you didn't find him in a tree or a nest somewhere?
And Jasper kind of like, and that reminds me actually. So I don't really know where the sheep sleep, but I have a working theory. And Finton, he's already kind of turning you back into the front room. And the others, like Ramona, is just she goes back into the kitchen, and it's just Eric. She's just gesturing at you for towels.
Yeah, I hand her everything she needs.
And then she's just throwing them at you, Kealira, and she hands you one, Inez.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's not coming out, and these aren't my best towels, but
Oh,
She said, like she doesn't have prestidigitation.
I
I mean, we could short circuit the towel thing and just take care of this.
Is there anything anybody else wants to do before we call this scene and we head out the following morning?
I don't think so. I think at some point, if there's like a quieter moment, Thranos would, if in conversation with either of Kealira's parents, would kind of just want to get their full names, where they're from, just a little bit about them, and just kind of make a note of it in his ledger.
Oh, that's a mistake. You get everything. Jasper is one of 17. He gives you not only his full name, but he gives you all 16 siblings' names.
I write every single one of them down.
Yeah. Ramona's a bit more tight-lipped. She gives you her name and stuff like that, but she mentions she has a brother and an older sister, and they're both from here. But yeah, Jasper gives you way more. Sam, was there something you wanted to?
Yeah, I think Inez would probably, similarly to Threnos, would be a lot more somber and like lower in energy after this bit of comeuppance. And after kind of cleaning off and maybe off the back of the first conversation between Threnos and Jasper and Ramona, I think she might try to just sidle up to either one of them and just ask, like, I know that, we're all new here, but I'd be really, really curious to know or hear about any of the kind of folklore or the tales about what this place was like before, or if there are any stories of a time before the gods disappeared and what that was like here.
Okay. I am going to roll a d20. And we're going to see what they will tell you. Or not what they, because Jasper will tell you anything. But more
what Ramona could tell me.
Yes, yeah, because he's going on and on. So let's.
And I'm really just kind of thinking about in terms of, the lake and where we're going. And I know that, there's some local knowledge in our party, but also I'm curious about like the intergenerational stories and like, yeah, the things that she would have been told.
So, she sits down and she, like, as Jasper is talking, like, and Finch in your ears burning, like as you're even like you clearly trying to drift off, he's still chatting. Like Jasper is not letting this go. He has your rapt, undivided attention. There's the evening kind of rolls on, and in kind of the dining room, Ramona she's poured a kind of a glass of wine, and as you press her,
Press feels a little harsh.
As you interrogate her, like it is the she like you can hear Thranos in the in the living room, kind of. Jasper is kind of, he's torn between talking about the sheep and talking about his cousins now, so it's kind of back and forth. But it's yourself, Ramona, Eric, and maybe Kealira. Kealira, do you remember the story of the three brothers and the lakes?
I do, but I like it better when you tell it.
You're such a shit, Garnet. I'm gonna give you inspiration. She smiles at you kind of wirily. Well, the brothers aren't necessarily in blood. And she looks to you, Inez, kind of like as you kind of broached it. Do you know of Klishta, and Koga, and Aru?
No, I don't know much of this land.
Well, they were the children of primes. They were gods in their own right. Koga, the son of Erif. Klishta, the son of Tawar. And Aharu, well, that all kind of depends on who you're talking to. But we believe, and we've held, that he is the son of Dwyn. 3 brothers. And there's a story about the lakes. How Klishta formed in Little Brother Lake, the youngest of the 3, but the source of the river that filled the middle brother, Aharu, and spilled into biggest brother, Koga. And there are many, many tales of their influence on the world before the Lasting Dark. But there was many people revered the lakes, for they were seen as powerful and holy sites. Klishta, the god of knowledge. Aru, the god of beauty. And Koga, ambition and war. And they had, as most, and she kind of looks at Kielira, as most siblings do, a strained relationship, though there was love. And she kind of presses your hand a little, Kielira, as she says this.
It's not strained. He's just sad, I think.
He's still finding himself. And she says this to you, Inez. Klishta and Koga never really saw eye to eye. And there's a tale that Klishta, in a moment of anger, lashed out against his brother, and he dried up the lake. He emptied it. He stopped all water flowing into it, and it lay desolate for many, many circles. And she just, she goes on kind of about, the impact on the villages and the towns around it, how the river disappeared, and how the regions, as we know them now, Mount Killary and Darrow, went to war with each other, and there was so much fighting and so much, and it was only when Aru intervened that there was a peace found, and the river flowed once again, and the lake filled. She just, and then she kind of, like, as she finishes, she just kind of lets out kind of a quiet yawn.
Thank you for sharing such a important story. I know that I may have bent your ear more than long enough, but I know Tewa. I know of Tewa, but I had not heard about the children. So, thank you.
She just pats your hand, and it's just a gentle kind of rub. Well, if you know Tawar or of Tawar,
I
then
show her my tattoos on my hand, one with Tewa's symbol.
and she smiles very politely, and then she looks back to Keelira and she shakes her head, and just mouths, "No tattoos." And then again, she smiles at you. I would encourage you, if you are so moved by Tawar, then you should take time to try and learn of his son, Klishta.
I will.
And she gets up, and whenever your business is concluded, maybe you might want to consider visiting Little Brother Lake. There's a shrine to Tawar there.
Okay, thank you.
Keelira, she just leans down, she kisses your head, she pulls you into an embrace, and she heads to her room. And you all just hear kind of, Jasper, that's enough now. You're going to talk that boy to death. And Jasper kind of just looks to you, Finton.
Before I let him go, because I'm also talking to him, I'm going to ask specifically to see the sheep.
Okay. He's going to give you a map because he's been tracking their movements, and he's also got kind of drawings of them.
Cool. So he doesn't actually own sheep.
He doesn't own them. He's just fascinated by them. And then it's that thing of like, well, how can you own them because they are migrating? You know,
Right. These are the wild sheep.
Wild sheep. Yeah.
Yes. wild nomadic sheep.
So Finton has probably copped that the migratory patterns are probably just the shepherds, but he's not going to tell that to the man. And he's going to, under the guise of, I want to have a look at the sheep, going to go outside, and what he's actually doing is doing a security check.
Give me a perception check. By the way, the person I feel the most sorry for in all of this is actually Yi, who's trapped between Finton and Jasper, and is just listening politely.
That's an 8.
Okay. You can see the lights, because they're not too far from the center of the village. You can see kind of the lights around. You can hear a bit of chatter out on the streets as the tavern is closing and people are kind of heading home. In the distance, way off in the distance, east, Finton, you can make out the lights of, and there's a lot of them, of Mount Kilry, the city. It is probably a couple of hours hike from where you are. You don't see anything else.
Okay. Finton doesn't seem too worried, and then goes back in.
That was, by the way, Ramona's opportunity to grab Jasper and just yank him out of the room. And when you come back, you find that he's gone. He's left a stack of letters for you. He's left you some of the drawings of the migrating sheep. A couple of them have unicorn horns, like they have just a single horn. Some are curly, some are twisted, but they all have little horns. And most people are beginning to kind of settle down. Yeah.
Is that normal for sheep?
Nope.
Has this man ever seen sheep? No, Finton wouldn't think that. Keen is thinking that.
Yeah. Okay. You, without the need to take watch, without the need to set up perimeter, sleep comes to you all and it is a very, very quiet, restful repose that you take. The following morning, as you rise to the smell of hot food cooking on a stove, the smell of amber tea. There's a basket overspilling with food and provisions for the journey. And Jasper and Ramona don't just invite the five of you to stop in on your way back to Varan. They demand it. There is a, you must come back. And Kielira, you were actually handed a shopping list of stuff from Mount Killery that you must bring as well, that they need bits and pieces. It's mostly seeds and gardening implements and tools for your mother. Jasper needs paper and ink. There's a second note, and it just says Hill Rock Brandy, and it's underlined 3 times.
Mother.
And she just gives you the look, like she just gives you. And as the group sets off eastwards towards Mount Killery, it begins to rain, and there's a moment where each of you wait and listen, but it's normal rain. It's not pelting, but it is a consistent fall. And as you kind of follow out with the others, there's a moment where you just hear your name being called, and Ramona kind of comes running down the path to the edge of the wall, and you see she's holding something in her hands, and it's just a small piece of paper.
Is everything all right?
Oh, this is, I found this morning, and I thought it might be of interest to you. And you see there's writing on, like, it's a folded scrap of paper, and there is writing on both sides. Or sorry, yeah, you can see that she's written on it. And she just hands it to you.
Can I just glance at it in front of her? It's okay if you don't tell me what's on it.
Oh yeah, no, it's so on the, she hands it to you. Now it's a, so on, she kind of, as she hands it to you, now, this is my recipe for waterberry jam. And you'll be able to find them along the banks of the lake. So I think you might like it. Because I just get a sense. But you're not to deviate, you're not to change it, you're not to twist it, you're not to follow it precisely. But, and then she just opens it and she puts it into your hands, and it's just little notes she has on Klishta. So it's just small.
I fold it up very, very carefully and tuck it just underneath my cloak, and I like it or not, she's getting like the biggest hug, and it's just filled with like appreciation and gratitude, and I hug her tightly for like 2 seconds, and I just go, "You have a really lovely home. Thank you." And
well, thank you. And then you hear Jasper at the doorway. Is that? Oh, they're still here. And she just, Ramona, just run.
Walking.
Yeah. You catch up to the others. Like hoods pulled up, scarf, cowl, whatever it might be, to kind of just shield yourself from a little of the rain. You continue eastwards out of the village of Andivor, down this, it's just known as the Old Long Road. I mean, we're very literal in terms of naming the roads. It is the longest road in Phaeton, and it stretches across the continent. There's a lot of tributary roads and side roads, boreens, and so much that kind of intercut it, but this connects the kingdom. And you do pass that morning under the rain, travelers going both directions, merchants, scholars. You do pass a convoy of Mantry's steel, They are heading south. So they pass you. There's a little bit of you hear a kind of a scoff from one of them as they recognize the patch and sigil on your outfits, your armor, your shield, whatever it may be. They recognize the Emberlight Guild's emblem. As Mount Kilry comes into view, and you do see this, it is a large city built on and around a hill. And you see a large fortified tower at the top that seems to survey. You catch beyond it, at the edge of the horizon, the lake, or a little bit of the lake, because it is vast. What you're all drawn to isn't necessarily the city, but it's what's outside of it. And it is just, as far as you can see, a ramshackle of tents and huts that seems to surround the city. And as you draw closer, you hear the noise and you smell. There are hundreds of people living outside the city. And the word you had received from the Mount Kilry council was that the city is at bursting point in terms of trying to offer shelter and refuge to people fleeing the lasting dark. Many have been turned away. Many have been sent to the northwest, to Varan, and that has had an impact on the city of Varan as well. As the six of you approach, Theranos, could you? You might need to kind of head into the Discord for. Could you read out the missive received from the Mount Kilry Council to us?
Let me see. Sorry, I'm having to scroll here. Okay, so just for like the
and this is kind of reminding the kind of the group what we're doing or what we're meant to do.
Okay. To all who read this, the Mount Kilry Council beseech your aid. Our lakes have become infested with remnants of the lasting dark. Our boats dare not venture out into the waters. There have been times in the past where the dark touched the edge of our shores, but we fear something has changed. Our city is bursting at capacity, with refugees from outlying villages and farmlands. The village of Castle Croom has emptied, and with it another 1,100 souls seek shelter. We cannot sustain them, and the others. We have started to turn them away, pointing to other refuge where possible. Money and supplies would stave off the problems, but not the cause. We write requesting aid in finding the source of the nefarious darkness and burning it away. Our own expeditions have yielded little in the way of information, with our scouts returning with little to report. However, 2 teams sent to the biggest brother lake have not returned, and nor have they answered any attempts to contact them. We fear the worst, but believe that this is where the source corrupts from. We ask, if you dare reply, that you travel to the biggest brother lake and investigate the cause and put it to an end. We offer 12,000 gold to whomever can stop the dark and allow our people to return to some semblance of normality. Voice Marcellus Greytallow on behalf of Mount Kilry Council.
As Theranos kind of takes the time to remind you all of what we're here to do, there's a sharp whistle cuts through the air, and a small gathering of people has kind of come to meet you. You see there's a lot of kids, and they're kind of, some are looking for food, some are looking for coin, many more are just here to look. The Emberlight Guild are here, and as you approach, as you get closer to the refugee camp outside of the city, there is just this piercing whistle And coming down the road towards you, you see a horse-drawn cart. And on it, there is a dragonborn woman. Dark aquamarine scales. And she's holding the reins. And next to her, there is a young human man with kind of short, wavy red hair. And you see that he had 2 fingers in his mouth. And he is just trying to clear the road. She kind of lifts up out of the seat. Well met, Emberlight Guild. You are the Emberlight Guild?
Yes. And Thranos will step forward and hold out a hand to shake hers.
She brings the cart to stop, hands the reins to the young man, and she kinda, for a moment, takes the 6 of you in, and you see, like, she stands at kind of about 6'3", 6'4", and she looks up at you, Finton and Guy, and then towards the rest of you. Again, she's got these, it's like dark blue and sort of like wet green scales that seem to shimmer. She has these milky blue eyes, 2 horns that kind of spindle back over her head. There is a mound of black and blue hair that just sort of sits in a tight braid. She's wearing a heavy cowl around her neck that's sort of a paisley green. Against her armor, there's a heavy looking warhammer on her side, and she takes your hand, Thranos. My name is Neve Furnish. I'm with the Mount Killary militia. I am to guide the 6 of you. 6 members of the Emberlight. And, like, you see her expression shift. Like, she's a little relieved. There's 6 people here to help. We've had to turn away members of Mantry's Steel. Don't worry, we're making sure there won't be any complications. This, and she points to the young man on the cart. This is Harvin, a fellow member of the Mount Killary militia. We've been tasked by the council to bring the 6 of you to the lake.
Thank you. I'm Thranos Keener, and he introduces everyone else. Happy to be of service. What's been happening?
So, at this point, she kind of gestures for the 6 of you to hop into the cart. And she begins, there's a crack of the reins, and she begins to fill you in on the events and what they have heard. And that is where we are actually going to take our break. So we're going to take a little 5-minute breather. So if you need to grab a drink or stretch your legs or bio break, whatever it might be, we're going to take 5, and we will be back as Neve fills you in on all she knows. Okay. And we are back. Because I couldn't see the screen, so I was like, oh no, did I do the right thing? Is it all working correctly? It's fine. It's all fine. We're all here. Everybody made it back. And welcome back. We're on the road north of Mount Killary, in the back of a cart driven by 2 members of the Mount Killary militia, Neve, a dragonborn woman, and Harvin, her associate, a human man, and Thranos, Eric, Inez, Finton, Guy, and Kiolira are trying to get as much information as they possibly can about what is happening at Biggest Brother Lake. The rain has eased off, and it is more of a mist now. It seems to be sort of trailing out at the end, but the sky overhead is incredibly overcast and dark. It's about noon, so there is light in the sky, but it is the sun itself is actually sort of hidden behind a thick blanket of heavy grey clouds. Neve has her back to you as she holds the reins to the horses drawing the cart up this road, and it's a well-maintained road, but all the same, it is still bumpy, and the carriage does rock back and forth. You are moving perpendicular to the lake. You can see it as Mount Killary, the city, and the hill disappeared behind you. That is now at your back, and the road seems to track along the edge of the lake. You see every now and again a clearing of trees where there's like a small little smattering of houses, maybe a field or two, and a dock. You do not see anybody nearby. Nobody's out into the fields. Nobody is out on those little piers into the lake. And Neve points them. These have all been abandoned. Most of the people living on the edge of the lake have sought shelter in Mount Killary or in Varan. We've even heard of some heading north to Darrow. It is, I'm afraid it is as bleak as the letter you had received. The council weren't exaggerating in their description.
Aye, that's what I was worried about. Is there anything I can see, Declan, like out of the ordinary in this kind of abandoned village? Like any sort of changes to like the landscape or any kind of unsettled vibes? Well, let's vibe check this abandoned village.
Give me an insight check.
Insight.
'Cause if you're going off of vibes, like
yeah, but I'm looking to see if anything kind of stands out too. Is anything kind of like, rotting or decaying in a strange way that shouldn't happen?
okay, so that's more perception than insight then.
Okay, grant. Plus 10. That was
I see
26.
why we switched from perception or insight to perception there.
I can roll insight as well.
No, you're fine.
26.
There's definitely wear and tear,
Mm-hmm.
and you can clearly see where like grass has begun to kind of grow on like smaller little dirt roads and paths. You can see where, because we're in Duskwane, which is autumn, so you can see where leaves have fallen onto the roofs of houses and haven't been cleared away. The place is abandoned. But there's nothing out of the ordinary in the sense of, you don't, like, the buildings haven't suddenly just, fallen into disrepair and dilapidation. Like they've just been left, and some are boarded up. Like, so it isn't that they've been left without any sort of protection. Yeah.
I just want to ask Neve, so how long did this start happening?
She kind of looks to Harbin. Castle Croom fell, and she kind of looks. You see, it's not hesitate is the wrong word, but she struggles. About 3-4 months ago.
Okay. Can I ask what happened?
The Lasting Dark. We've heard that there was a cloud of miasma formed on the edge of the lake, Castle Croom, and it spilled into the village. And now her voice kind of breaks a little. My parents and I left that first day.
He
My-
puts a. Sorry, go ahead.
My grandparents stayed behind.
Okay. He puts like a gentle hand like on her back. She's like has her back to us, just kind of like on her shoulder. What were their names?
Evelyn and Hamish. And then she just kind of she clearly kind of clears her throat, and you see her kind of, it's not that she pulls away from your touch, but she straightens her back. We've been trying to deal with incursion of monsters, but we've never seen the miasma like this. It seems to bubble and broil out of the lake itself. It's by a miracle that Mount Killary itself hasn't been attacked.
I'm sorry. That's why we're here. I don't need to push it back to try and get those to return. We've left.
You saw the state of the camps.
Aye.
And then Harvin just kind of like quips, that's not from lack of trying. Like, we've got nothing left. You know, maybe Varan should be doing more.
I'll see to it what we can do. Is it food scarcity, illness, both?
Food's in short supply, and we're starting to run low on medicines. We don't have any more room, and the spill. And at that point, Neve just sort of cuts across him. A lot of Mount Killary's people are beginning to find their hospitality strained. We sent 2 teams to the last sighting of the miasma north, and she points in the direction, and we're following the road. We haven't heard back from them. They were good men and women. They were capable.
And how long ago did they go out?
The first group 2 months ago. At the beginning. The last group was barely 4 weeks. The council have been reluctant to send anybody out. We can't spare the numbers.
Okay. That's why we're here. He tries to give some sort of like reassuring nod, but inside he's trying to piece everything together to make some sort of plan. He looks over like the group of the Emberlight members that are here with him, and he tries to feel hopeful. There's a good group here.
What's everybody else doing as Thranos and Neve are, like, as Thranos is getting the information from the militia officer, what's everybody else doing?
I think as we got close, and I would have done it earlier as well, there's a moment where Eric had turned around and just used a little piece of cured leather that he always has with him and put it to his shoulder and cast mage armor. And nothing really seems to appear, except if you're really looking closely, his dark hair's gotten darker and his eyes brighter. And
Finton has
just-
picked someone up. Oh yeah, sorry.
No, just he looks around and just sees if anybody needs anything.
Finton has picked someone else in the group at random and has just like basically asked about their entire life and everything about them, and and it's just absorbing that information. I'm gonna roll a d6 and see who's the unlucky person.
If it's a 4, is it yourself and you're telling everybody about yourself?
I was just about to say, like, if you roll yourself, like.
I got a 2, which actually doesn't help me, because I didn't make criteria beforehand.
But if we go from left to right, 1, 2, 3. So 1 would be Inez, 2 is Eric, 3 is Threnos. So you've got Eric.
So 2, Eric. For the entire ride, Fenton is just like asking you every single detail about your about your life, like your goals, your ambitions, everything. And it's just like, is the most sincere way possible, like just trying to get as much information as possible.
And
not
I think, recognize that sincerity. And Eric will answer, but you'll have to pry some answers. And you do get a description of the family, but that's a description of the family for many, many, many circles ago, who disappeared.
Eric, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That was a please, not me. Yes, me. Okay, there we go. Okay, wisdom save. That's going to be a 6. So how does the trauma affect me?
Gialira, Inez, you're kind of, you're trying to pay attention to what Neve is saying, but you're also listening to the Is it a conversation? Is it a conversation if it's really kind of one-sided? But you're trying to listen to.
It's an interview.
Yes, yeah, it's an interview. Yes, you're listening to kind of Eric being interviewed, and again. Eric tends to keep their cards close to their chest, so it is a chance to maybe learn a little bit about them. So whether your character is paying more attention to Neve or whether your character is paying more attention to Finton, but you hear the polite grilling from Finton and Eric giving kind of strained responses, and they're not monosyllabic. But a lot of the details aren't there. You could string something together, definitely. But Eric, as you sort of as you reflect on the last question, sort of like tell me a little bit about your kin, a little bit about your family, and you share. As you sort of look out. So I imagine it's sort of like. If Neve is on the right-hand side and Threnos is behind them, then we have Gialira and then we have Eric. So your back is kind of to the lake, effectively. Finton is in the middle on the other side, so kind of talking over Inez, kind of at you. You kind of just peer over your shoulder because it's that thing, like something in the corner of your eye moves.
Yeah.
And you kind of just look over your shoulder, and there in the middle of the field, there's everybody. There is just this picture of you see them clearly, your family members, and then they're moved apart, like something. It's like they're just pushed to one side, and where this void forms, you see this thing begin to take shape.
Has
I'm
this happened
almost
before?
hurt, Eric, that you wouldn't tell them of me.
Oh, has this happened before? Probably not.
It never like this.
Yeah, because I've never had direct contact.
Yeah.
I think Eric's eyes go wide. I mean, especially with the 6 on the wisdom save, I think he's just going to freeze. Probably mid-sentence. It's just going to completely freeze and go pale, and his eyes go wide, and just. And does the moment pass, or is it still there?
It's like the cart is still
moves.
moving, so it doesn't follow. Like it's not, but like each family member begins to just fade away. But this thing turns. It's kind of it's like you can't see a face, you don't see eyes, but you feel it watching you, and it just begins to drift into the distance.
What are you? What are you?
You say that out loud.
Oh yeah, I don't see you anymore. It's just like
My head
I'm
pipes up,
Brenton?
and I'm like, I'm Inez.
Can I roll insight? Because I would have been staring at Eric.
Yeah.
Too many tabs. That is a 9.
He's distracted. You can tell he's definitely distracted, but you don't know what it is, and there's no response, Eric. And then you hear Inez just say, "I'm Inez," and you look back at her, and then you look back over your shoulder towards that field and there's nothing there.
okay. I think first thing is we're on the cart. It's closed space, but if there's any space, it's like Eric. It's not so much that he's making himself smaller, but he's trying to pull himself away from everyone. Put distance between him and everyone, but he's going to look at Threnos, who's still in conversation, but shoot this panic note. Look, and Eric, I think there would have been a scene with Threnos at some point. Eric would have told you,
Okay.
and maybe it would have been a file or something that was passed on to you that this is what happened. I don't know. I don't know where I'm getting these powers from, and I'm afraid this will come back someday.
Am I too engaged with Neve at the minute to notice Eric?
I think
Or
it's one of those things where, like, as you are talking to Neve, when Eric kind of starts asking, "Who are you? Who are you?" Like, Neve also kind of stops, and everybody, I think, turns to look at Eric.
Yay.
okay, I kind of like politely excuse myself from the conversation from Neve and just move so I'm sitting beside Eric.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I
putting
just
a bit
kind
of
of, like-
distance between us. I don't want you too close to me. It's obvious.
Okay, that's fair. Thronos respects that. Are you alright?
It's made contact. It's never happened before. It talked to me.
What'd it say?
It seems. Sorry, it seemed that I didn't mention it, and it was not happy about it. I was telling about my family, and I didn't mention it, and it seemed not happy about it.
Thronos kind of looks contemplated. Does Eric look okay?
Probably not,
Or
but
no,
not
I
hurt.
mean just even in terms of like, is there any like difference to him? There's no marks, that have appeared on him, anything like that. He doesn't look hurt.
Did I get to decide?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm gonna make this fun. I think I'm gonna make this fun. I think I look exactly the same. Or do I? It's like it's like, because I did cast Mage Armor and I did have the eye, and you're not sure. Maybe looking at me is does my hair really go that dark when I cast mage armor? Is it the purple in the eyes? Was it really that exact shade before? Is it a bit brighter? You're not sure.
Okay. But there's nothing like, moving through his irises or anything, like
Oh, that would be so much fun. But I think maybe not yet.
Okay. And where'd you see it? What did it look like?
A shape. A shape. It didn't have. I couldn't see if either a shape. So like he's really trying to be honest and to talk through this. He's not going to hide this. Like that could have been like years ago, but he's not hiding this. He's trying to talk through this and being honest, but you can't get much out of him because partly of the shock and partially because there was not much here. Should I
noticing that there is kind of that difficulty of talking about it, like Threnos kind of reins himself in a little bit and just kind of puts a reassuring hand on your shoulder.
Should I leave? If you want me to leave, I will leave. I will not endanger this mission. I will not endanger all of you.
And my worry is more that you're in danger, but you're safer here. But just let me know if it comes closer.
I will, and you can tell that's a promise that he's not trying to hide this. That's how he's dealing with it, is by being honest, especially with those above him, so that they know he's not going to hide that this is happening.
Is there anything from kind of what he said, Declan, that I would know about or recognize, or from?
Nope.
No. Okay.
This conversation between Threnos and Eric, I mean, was it a whisper or was this happening out loud?
Threnos would definitely have made it more hushed from his perspective, also just to kind of gauge where, because really his concern there was, is Eric okay? So he would just kind of keep it, hushed. He doesn't want to spill this poor boy's, demons out.
Yeah, that's my job.
Kind of being guided. Yeah, it is, exactly. And you did a very good job with that.
Yeah, a little bit earlier than I anticipated.
Just to kind of be guided by Eric's own comfort or discomfort.
I think that's the thing. Eric doesn't want this to be a secret, as in, from his perspective, he wants people to be warned. So that's why he would never have stopped any rumor about him ever over the last few decades. That's also why he was being as honest as he could, answering Finton's questions. He's not comfortable about this, but I think, he'll keep it hushed more than he'll keep the conversation as a lower voice, more to not, not be the center of attention, not attract too much, to keep the others calm. But okay. I think he will say out loud, if you need me to leave, I will.
No, even the smallest light tells the darkness it hasn't won, so stay close.
I will.
How does everybody, because we've established it's kind of a quieter conversation between Eric and Threnos, and whether you're new to the guild, or you're only here a few months, or you've been here quite some time, murmurings around Eric are kind of, I'm not going to say rampant, but people talk about it, and Eric doesn't bring it up, but doesn't shy away from these conversations either. It's part of trying to figure out, if you tell somebody, they might know something, and that might lead you to something else. So you're all privy to it. And then I'm not going to ask anybody to roll a perception check, but you can hear most of what, and it seems to be more for Neve and Harvin's benefit that this kind of gets, with the exception of, if you need me to go, I will go. I'm not really in a position to turn the character around. We are almost there as well, and she, with one hand still on the reins, she kind of points a little kind of more to the east, and she kind of draws your attention to a kind of a much bigger clearing with a lot more of these little wooden piers that kind of stretch out into the lake. This is where this is one of the probably the most popular ferry crossings from Mount Killary to Castle Groom. This is where our teams had set off from, and you can see kind of there are a couple of boats. Boats, yeah, small sort of 3, 4, 5 person vessels. We're not talking massive ships.
No 6-person vessels, like
there will be.
Maybe we'll need to leave Eric behind, you know.
But no, we're just not talking kind of like, you know, they're like fishing boats. They're large fishing boats rather than a big ship or anything. And she kind of points to again, it's everything here has been kind of left, and the grass has grown much taller. Like Eric, it'll tower over you. For Guy and Finton, it's kind of almost hip height. Like it's quite tall, wavy, light grass that kind of catches in this breeze that has kind of suddenly picked up, and you can hear it just sort of rustling over the tops of these kind of wild meadows. I can show you where they may have departed from. Harvin, and she kind of passes him the reins, and she hops out.
I go to follow her, but before I do, I give Eric just a reassuring, you know, glance, and I want to cast guidance on him. And then I'll get off the cart and follow Neve.
Okay. She's already she's not waiting for anybody. Like she's just kind of taken out. She's hopped out and then she's moving. And it's that sort of sandy clay here. It's not there's mud and there's stone, but the ground is quite wet from the rainfall. So as she hops out, she kind of sinks a little bit into the dirt, and then she kind of starts to move closer to the edge of the lake and those wooden piers. Is everybody following Thranos, or is there anything anybody else wants to do before they pop out? Or
I'm noticing that the grass is quite tall for Eric. I offer if Eric would like to climb on my shoulders to get a better look, if that's all right. I just kind of offer and extend my hand and bend down a little bit. Would you like a better view?
There'll be a second of hesitation, but then he'll nod and take your hand. And he's not the most dexterous or strong person, so there may be a few. It'll take a second, but then yeah, he'll.
It's like Rocket Raccoon and Groot.
Yes.
Except it's a very depressed raccoon.
I mean, so it's Rocket Raccoon.
It's Rocket Raccoon. Yeah. As the six of you kind of pile out of the cart, gosh, it's the wind kind of it catches you a little. You can hear the sound of the lake lapping against the shore. And Inez, it is a sound that just resonates with you. It's the it's the river, it's the water, there is something about it, and it is just this. It's not violent, it's not turbulent. It is as it should be. You hear the odd boat kind of rock as it ebbs on top of the water, occasionally just thudding into a wooden pier in the column. There's that breeze kind of catches a little bit of the mist, and there's a moment where, particularly as you kind of settle into it, each of you kind of it's a lake. It's nature. You're out here. You're away from Varan. You're outside of the city. There's something about being outdoors and out here that kind of catches you a little off guard for a moment. And then as that breeze just kind of wafts over the lake, carrying the mist, there is just this putrid aroma. And you see where the mist lands and falls on you, there are just these little grey, wet dots that just speckle your skin and your clothing, your armor, your weapons. And she's heading towards the piers. Yep. Inez, sorry, Sam.
I suppose before coming to awareness of this change in coloring, or this dulling on my skin, I think Inez would have, like, as she was coming out of the carriage, probably fallen into some rituals around things to do to take care of the waters and the boats. So kind of just automatically picking up a very long, much taller than her blade of grass and like holding it up and like checking the direction of the winds, offering like a couple of etchings onto one of the boats, just like a quick tag of steady fare, steady fare. And I think the thing that I think she would have really wanted to do is just even skip a rock across the lake to just see how far it could go, just in that kind of nostalgic way of like, this is peaceful, this is lovely. And I'm curious to see how the water responds. Yeah.
Give me a roll of d20 and you can add your dex modifier.
Shit.
Oh, this is just for skimming stones.
Yeah, but skimming stones in this lake is scary, Declan.
I mean, so is an 8.
Okay.
An 8 is too scary.
You pick up a flat, like just the flattest piece of stone that you can find, Inez, and it's in that moment as the smell catches and the stone leaves your hand. You kind of look around you and you hear the stone, like it's that first bounce, that first splash. And then the lake starts to recede.
Interesting. Can I cast Shape Water? Does it look like it's stopping and receding, or that it's just going to pull its way?
It's like the water is retreating.
Okay. Who's the tallest person here?
I would Guy by a foot.
With Eric on top.
Eric, technically, then.
Okay.
Eric is.
Hey, Eric.
Yes.
Can you tell me from your vantage? Are you seeing the water retracting?
Am I seeing it?
All of you are seeing it. Like as Inez says it. If the rest of you were kind of just looking around, you hear Inez kind of say, like, "Can you see the water retracting?" You all kind of turn to look at the lake, and it has receded out past the edge of the wooden piers.
Okay, so it's beaching the boats. Okay, I am going to cast Shape Water into the most middle point that I can see to kind of create almost like a little parting tunnel as far as I can.
Okay.
It's only a 5-foot cube, so it's not very far, but just kind of picking a dent where I anticipate the water is going into and trying to create a bit of an edge.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, thank God. 15?
Because I know, Shape Water happens. It just happens. as you kind of just open your hands up flat and pull them apart, and as there's this moment where the water resists, like you feel it pushes back against the magic, it pushes back against your connection to how far you've extended your reach. And it's not that the resistance, is it's not like stone, but there's a moment where it doesn't feel quite right. It feels like something else is pushing against your magic. The water opens, like it pulls apart. And all of you, Neve is she's out on she'd moved out onto the pier where they would have, the teams most likely would have set off. She just shouts, there's somebody down there. Irvin, I think, Harvin, I think it's your brother. And Neve is kind of shouting at ye, but kind of at Harvin, and he's immediately off the horse, and he just bolts past you towards the edge of the lake.
I grab him.
Yep, give me an athletics check.
Cool.
And can Eric see this? Can Eric see it?
No, only because it would be going down. So unless you go right to the edge of the lake here, it's because she's out onto the pier that she can see where this has gone.
As a nat 20.
Yeah, Finton, you hear him, like it's the thing, and it's not that you don't clothesline him, but you open up your hand, and as he connects it, you just wrap your other arm around it and you grab, and he's pushing and pulling against you. Let me go. It's my brother. You have to let me go.
No,
and he's
look
kicking
properly. Look, make sure.
While we had been in the cart, Kulira had cast Find Familiar, and was kind of taking their time with trying to figure out what shape to have Sweetums take. And in this moment, final form is now a deer, and then she will send Sweetums out to this form, because if anything happens to Sweetums, she can just recast the spell. Instead of sending a living, breathing human, we will send a magic person to go and check this out instead. And she will sort of like warg into Sweetums to see what this is.
Okay. This is brilliant because there's so much happening at the same time. Eric and Guy, are you moving closer to the bank to get a better look? And I guess Thranos and Inez, what are ye, as all this, because this is all
Inez
happening.
is going to like jump onto a pier
to have a look.
that's nearby and like get as close as possible.
Okay. So there's a couple of boats that have been pulled up. The other ones that you had made your marking on, they were kind of set there resting, and they've been moored. They're overturned, and you've moved to that pier that they were kind of tied to. So to get a kind of a look. Yeah, Thranos.
Thranos will also go on to one of the piers. And what sort of time of day is it?
It's kind of, again, you'd arrived at Mount Killary kind of in the afternoon. It took about an hour and a half to get here, so it's around, best guess, somewhere between 1 and 3 p.m.
Okay. Even at that, I am going to light the Lantern of Revealing.
Okay.
And just have it kind of sat with me at the pier, and I'm just watching. I also want to see if I can see, just from where I am on the pier, this person on the lake bed, what they look like.
So we're going to say that you and Inez are on kind of, they're the two piers closest to the bank where you were. Neve had gone out onto the first one, because this is where the militia she reckons, have left from. It's where a lot of the militia's boats would have been docked. The pier next to it is the one that Inez, that you were kind of on, and looking down towards where you have pulled the water apart. You see Thranos take out a rather simple, like a very simply designed lantern. It has some ornation around the base, and he just lifts the lid, and there is just this glowing, a dim glowing light from it. Eric and Guy?
Are we moving closer?
I look up at Eric and what would you like to do?
Closer would be good.
Okay, I tentatively approach closer, but it's also like I have big steps. But I kind of pause for a moment just to see, do I see anything emanating maybe from that part of the lake where Ines tried to cast that shape water? Is there anything at all kind of taking shape? I'm just making sure we're not getting too close.
So you're moving kind of, would say, between the two piers, between where Inez and Thranos are, just cautiously trying to get closer to it. And it's in that moment as Neve calls out to Harvin that his brother, she sees his brother, that Finton wraps his arms around him and just holds him. And Keolira, out of the tall grass comes bounding Sweetums. What does Sweetums look like as a deer?
Well, right now, Sweetums is Lord, I don't know how tall deer are, but Sweetums has taken on the form of a doe versus a stag, because we want to rescue, not attack. So, long neck, very spotted, sort of very shimmery, almost silver spots versus white. And his just kind of like a streak of brown and silver as they dive towards the water to run out. As
she forms out of the grass and it is into a leap, she's straight away towards the edge. And as you shift your mind's eye kind of to her gaze, there's an overwhelming, it's a sensual rush, because her eyes, her ears, her sense of smell are much more powerful than your own. That it takes a second, and it's that smell. It's not just stagnant water. It smells like death. And she cautiously begins to step into the lake where the water has receded, and it's a slow slope down, but you clearly see something kind of picking itself up and standing, and it starts to run straight towards you. And out of the water, two more come running. And then Eve just shouts, "There's more of them." And Finton, to your right, where you saw this deer come bounding out, where you see Keolira focusing and drawing this magic energy around herself to conjure Sweetums, the grass rustles. And Inez, behind you, those boats start to shake. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Woo.
Woohoo!
Okay, I made the right call.
Okay, baby.
Oh, you very much made the right call.
I am not used to D&D Beyond. Where is initiative?
Do I? Don't.
It's at the top. I think
It's
of the,
because I have a
just under-
0. to it.
Ah. Yeah.
So I didn't notice it. That's a 10 for Fenton.
Okay.
Same.
Sam, you got the same for Inez?
Yeah.
10. Okay.
+1 dex.
Okay. So in the way I work at that, because you both roll the same initiative order, we then go to the dex modifier, so that will put Inez before Fenton. Emily?
10.
Okay. What's your dex modifier?
1.
1. Okay. So I'll explain how I run similar dex modifiers then after this. Soph? You might be muted.
17.
Okay. We know Finton got a 10. Randy, what you get for Gee?
I got rolled 18 for a total of 22.
Okay. And Garnet, what did you get for Keolira?
I also rolled 18, but I only have a +1, so we've got 19.
Okay. Okay, bear with me. I haven't even rolled my own dice yet, so bear with me. 19 for Kilira, and was it 17 for Thranos? Okay. Somebody remind me at the end of this session, there is actually a tracker that we use for D8 Dungeon when it comes to kind of online combat stuff, and I forgot about it until just now because I was like, this is so awkward and cumbersome. There's 6 of you, and I've got so many monsters. I mean, a certain amount of
exactly.
monsters. I have X amount of monsters.
So many.
It's just a ballpark.
It's a ballpark. Yeah, there's a smattering of beasts. Okay, so I'm going to roll for, and I group them in terms of their initiative, so they'll all act at these things will act at the same time, but there's 2 different types. Okay, so that is an 18 for for those things, and then the other thingy majiggies. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. That's a 3. Okay. In this moment, from Kielira, from your right, where that tall grass where Sweetums came running out, Finton, you also you hear the rustling. There's a moment where there is just this shadowy blob just bounds out of the tall grass, and it lands Kielira just a couple of feet from, like about a foot from you, rather, not even a couple of feet, a foot from you, and both of you actually everybody can see it. There is this giant black and blue frog with these milky yellow eyes, and the wind picks up, and that gray flecking on your skin across the lake. Eric, Inez, and Thranos, Neve as well, you start to see this thick gray, black, almost maroonish purple cloud begin to roll over the lake and begin to spill down the water where it had receded, as a lasting dark miasma begins to broil around you. It gets colder, it gets darker. Guy, it is your action.
Okay. This is fine.
You do hear the rattling coming from the boats behind Inez as well on the pier. There's an overturned boat there.
Can I see the big frog
You can.
creature?
Yep.
Okay. I think. Okay. Since I see the frog creature, that's the one nearest to me. I would like to cast Dissonant Whispers at it, which means it needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. DC is 13.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Frogs are famously not wise.
Fantastic. In that case, since the have failed to save, it will take 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away from me as it can, using the safest route. So I'll try to find 3d6s. I have definitely 2 here. I think I may need to use the D&D Beyond, because I have my 6s somewhere else for reasons that I played a lot of D6 games. So let's see. This is going to be a total of 9 points of damage.
And then it must immediately use its reaction to get away from you, is it?
Yes, exactly.
You turn, and there is just kind of a shiver down your back, Guy, as you see this giant frog, and it's just like, its tongue just folds out of its mouth into a lump in front of you, Kielira, and it's this spiny fleshy mound that just seeps. As it does, it lets out this sort of fat, warbled croak, and its eyes flick in a couple of different directions as it gets a sense of what's around it. Hearing your voice, one of its eyes turns to look at you, and Keelira, you see the pupils dilate, and it starts to shake its head a little, and immediately it leaps away from you back into the tall grass. Bonus actions.
Bonus action. Bonus action. Don't want to use it yet. We don't need to use healing word just yet, and hopefully we won't need to use it because sure, this is looking great with a cloud and everything. I think I am actions, bonus actions. Since I've already done a spell, could I give bardic inspiration to someone?
You can.
Or I can. Okay. Who is next in line?
Keelira is.
Keelira, I think. Would like to give you bardic inspiration. So that is 1d6 that you can use at any time.
Thank you.
What does Guy do in terms of offering bardic inspiration? Like, how does it, do you play music? Do you say something? How do you inspire?
I think the way that I inspire with my dissonant whispers, it was actually that I took out this little. If we can go back to a little bit flashback to our little stay at Keelira's parents' home, where there was the talk about sheep, and I produced this pan flute that shepherds use. So actually, I was playing it, and this sound was really dissonant with the dissonant whispers. And as I keep playing it to Keelira, this sounds like just a really, really wonderful sound, and definitely I think this kind of fills them with that inspiration. So it's just the sound of the pan flute.
What was this piercing sound that you could barely register? But you saw, Keelira, you saw the frog react. You can hear it now, and it is a melody. And it's the song that Guy played the night before, and your father kind of recited a poem that he'd been writing about the nomadic sheep to it. And it's just this really warm, positive memory, and so I'm thinking of him and thinking of your friends. It is I need to do something, and it is your action.
Great. With the giant frog gone, I'm gonna turn and drop down to my knees and put my hands in the dirt and cast spike growth by the shoreline to sort of slow down these things that are coming out of the water.
Okay. Is there I'm gonna make a save. Or you're just trying to slow them down?
Yeah, so the spell just happens and it becomes difficult terrain.
Okay. So it halves their movement speed.
Yes.
Okay.
When they come into that area, they take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet they travel, and it is a 20-foot sphere.
Okay.
Yeah. Spike drops a pain in the bitch.
I mean, it's yeah, okay. Again, you, with the frog having kind of leapt away, you see Guy kind of looking at you, and you just sink low into a squat and plunging your hands into the earth. You reach for vines, you reach for roots, you grasp at weeds, and you feel, all of you underfoot, any of you standing on the bank, feel the earth tremble slightly, and then out of the edge of this lake slope down into the body where the water has receded, anybody there at the edge. So Inez, Eric, Guy, Theranos, Neve, just see these huge, thick vines wrapped in thorns and spikes just rush and rumble and tear themselves out, knitting and winding this bramble patch, and the three people are caught in it. They don't stop. So, are you taking any bonus action?
What do I have? No, not currently.
Okay. For those of you, so the four of you that I just mentioned,
I guess I'll pull out the bow and
ready.
since they're still moving, I will ready my long bow.
And Finton, the entire time, Harvin he's struggling to break free from your grip. He's not even remotely successful.
He still thinks that his brother's in the water.
Yes, yeah, he's trying to get to him. Like, so he's still trying. Even though you were saying, you go take a look. He's it hasn't calmed him in any way. Like, he's just desperate to get his brother.
Okay.
Four of you see those shapes, those creatures. They're people. They're wet. There's two humans and there's a half elf woman, two human men and a half elf woman, that just came running out of this lake. They're drowned. They're soaked through. You can see where the skin has bloated or slipped, but they rush up, and they Inez and Theranos, both of you, because you're on the pier looking down into them, they look terrified. Like, there is just this frozen expression of fear on their faces, and you just hear the woman call out, "Stay close, please, stay close. It's what it wants." And they run into the brambles, drawing weapons. Their movement is halved, so they're going to move the 15 feet each, getting caught in the brambles as the spikes rip and tear into them. They do not seem to react to the pain. Keeler, if you want to roll damage.
Did they look alive, Declan?
They're yes. But I mean, their skin is grey.
Okay.
Their lips are blue, but they're blinking. You hear her speak.
That's 6 damage to each of them.
And then for every 5 feet they move, you roll again, or is it we just triple it?
It just says it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet.
Okay, because they're going to move their 15 feet through it, so
Okay,
you can roll that.
Another 6. 3, and then another 4.
Okay. They are caught in the spiked growth. It pulls at cloaks, it pulls at their armor. They are tearing themselves through the spiky growth. They make it. You said it's 20 feet of a space. Yeah, they're almost at the edge of it. And with there's nope, there's nothing it can. Nope, that's it. That's all I can do. Theranos.
Okay, so seeing these people shout but run towards us with weapons drawn. Okay, I just want to clarify something. So I'm going to use Eyes of the Grave. So Thranos, you just see like his irises are usually grey, but you just see like this blackness kind of come over like his entire eye. And now I know the location of any undead within 60 feet of me that isn't behind total cover and that isn't protected from divination magic. I'm still at the start of my next turn.
It's very strange. These are dead. These 3 people are dead.
Okay.
But they are not undead.
Okay.
And the change in everybody's expression there simultaneously was just brilliant. Like, it was just a you again, it's as you look at them, Thranos, there is the when you see what your eyes see, where you've encountered the undead, it is just this. They are just shadows because there is no soul. There is just this space where a person used to be. When you look at these 3 people torn by spikes and vines and thorn, it isn't a void. There's a haze of light. The flesh might be dead, but their souls are still here.
Okay. Thranos, like realizing that, Thranos just kind of calls to the group at large. The bodies are gone, but the candles are still lit, and that, I think, is going to be my turn. Actually, as a bonus action, I can do a quick search. I can use a search action as a bonus action.
Mhm.
Can I please just kind of scan everywhere else to see if there's any more kind of hidden or, coming? Is it just these 3 people?
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okey-dokey. And that is 20 total. Roll to 10.
You again, like you peel your eyes off of because they're below you. They're about 10 12 feet below you, trying to clamber up out of the lake. You turn your gaze towards the lake itself, and you just see, again, your eyes see this roiling haze, this cloud of miasma just spilling outwards. Neve comes running towards you, and like she grabs you by the shoulder, pulling you. That cloud is about to engulf the dock. We have to get off. And then as you scream out that, as you shout out, you don't scream, as you shout out that these 3 people are dead, there is just this howl, Finton, from Harvin, who just lets out this roar of, "No, you're lying, my brother's not dead. He's not dead." And it is...
Can I use my movement to kind of move back then from this approaching thing? I'll take the Lantern of Revealing is coming, with me, but I think it's like 30 feet of bright light. Double check. Don't think.
As you're doing that, for Sam and Emily, to let you know the way, because you both rolled 10 and you both have +1, you can decide who gets to go first, and that can change every turn. So every round we can change it.
I'm happy with you first. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, it was just a bright light in 30 feet radius and additional dim light for 30 feet.
Okay. Sorry, Eric, did you say you wanted to go first?
No, I'm happy with you going first. But if not, I can go. But I'm very happy with you going first.
Okay. I think just because Inez is standing next to Thranos, and I want to know, like, in terms of, this is tough. So the miasma is coming closer. How far away is it realistically?
About 35 feet.
Oh, close.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's not much. I suppose, like, hearing all of this and kind of sort of sitting next to Threnos in trying to figure out what the most helpful thing is. If there's light in the candle, then there are souls that need saving. And so I suppose, I think Inez wants to take the attention up to the cloud, and doesn't have a lot that can, like, really have impact with it, but wants to kind of help these things that are clawing their way out of the difficult lake now. Wants to kind of give them a good enough chance. I think what she's going to do is we're going to use Holy Word and charge that to the cloud, and just looking at it and just saying the word clear and seeing if it takes any damage.
As you Holy Word is
60 feet.
Okay. What's the damage type on it?
Radiant.
Okay. You turn your attention as Thranos and Neve come running towards you. And I just want to double check really quickly because am I looking at the right spell? Can you tell I don't play clerics a lot?
Yeah.
It's the best class in the game, Declan.
I've played a cleric once, and they were a pacifist, and I mean total pacifist. Did not heal you if they felt you kind of brought it upon yourself. I was useless. She was a diplomat, so I was actually like I should have played a bard, but I played her as a cleric. But I just want to double check for my own sake, to make sure I get this right, because I don't want to set you all up for false hope. So please bear with me while the DM frantically checks
the wording of the spell.
Yes.
You cannot let yourself be distracted by the cat.
Yes, look at the little cat. I thought he was holding up his paws with his face, but it is just his little.
Yeah.
His little,
Yes.
Okay. You hit on a dead fiend or fade, and its speed is reduced to 10 feet. And you were casting this specifically at the miasma, correct?
Wait. Holy Word.
Yeah. You mutter a word of the divine under your breath. Be careful not to speak it any louder. For such, make a ranged spell attack against the target.
It takes 1d8 radiant and reduce speed by
and then if you hit an undead or fiend. So you're just casting this at the miasma. If you want to make a spell attack for me at advantage, because your target is wide.
Another thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's. No, come back. All right, yeah. Ooh, baby. That's 23.
Okay. There is Inez, you whip around as Theranos and Neve come running past you, focusing on this wave of miasma that is beginning to pour towards the bank. And you, cupping your hands around your mouth, you whisper the word clear. There is just this eruption of light out across the pier as all of you hear the word kind of clear boom in that space. And with a burst of light, the miasma parts for a moment. And Inez, give me a perception check.
God damn it. It's a 5.
Okay. That's fine. Any bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay. Eric?
So the miasma is parting for a moment. Does it look like it's going back?
Yes, it does. It as quickly as it sort of ruptures outwards, it reforms, and it's now at the edge of the pier.
Okay. Because I have the same intention, very different method. Please bear with me, and if it doesn't work, let me know. What Eric will do, like reaching out, he has little pockets full of components, reaching out and grasping a pickled tentacle, however he got that, and kind of crushing it in his hand. I would like to cast, not sure how to pronounce it, Hunger of Hadar, but which is a 20-foot radius sphere of pure darkness. Not in a way they would catch the people, but behind them at the miasma. And because it's supposed to be a gateway, basically the intention is that the miasma would be engulfed into it.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, and I had little things to flavor it if I can as well. Let me get my skills up. Wisdom save. Oh, actually, I'm better at wisdom than I say that. That's a 16.
Okay.
I think. Hold on, let me check. You have guidance. Does that affect saving throws?
Yeah, I don't know if that was too long ago. Is that 1 minute?
Oh no, it was yeah. That was an ability check anyway.
Time has passed.
Ability. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll cast it anyways. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah. The range of it is 100 feet, 150 feet. So you're going to cast behind everybody. And as you do, you feel somebody's hand just reach around the back of your neck and clasp your shoulder. Like it's just, there's something there. And as your hand reaches for you feel the tentacle and you squeeze and you feel it kind of crumble in your hand. They squeeze your shoulder. And this sphere just rips open in the middle of the pier, and you actually see some of the planks and boards just collapse inwards. The miasma is drawn towards it, and it swallows the sphere.
It swallows the sphere.
And it continues its path. Bonus actions.
Try not to scream. Maybe
free.
cry a little bit,
Okay.
but that's it.
That's it. Okay. Finton, you were still hanging on to Harvin.
Yeah. And he's not seen it, so like I'm just gonna like say into his ear, shouting basically. They're not real. It's not your brother. No, that's not the accent I was doing. They're not real. It's not your brother. calm down. I will knock you out if I have to, but I would prefer having another sword to fight these things.
Give me a Are you... is that persuading or intimidating? I'll let you decide.
Now, yeah, I'm going to go with persuasion.
Okay.
And that's a 15.
Okay. Hearing you say it's not him, it's not real, and he's seeing the miasma, there is this moment where it kind of clicks that But if this is the lasting dark, this could just be a trick, and it could be just, and maybe he settles Finton. Like he actually, like he's still holding on to the handle of the mace, but he catches his breath. He's, you're right. It can't be. It can't be. No. Irvin wouldn't. He's still out there. He's still out there. I know he is. It's not him. And
we will find him. I let him go.
He settles himself, and he kind of looks at you, and when you say we will find him, you see him sort of bolster. Like that kind of gives him a little, it's a little mini guidance. Like he'll have a +1 to whatever he does. That's free. I'm not gonna. That's not a action or a bonus action. So
okay. So is there theater of mind always fucks with me. Is there any creatures nearby?
Not in your. So you just saw a frog jump into the bushes. You're about 10 feet from the edge of the lake. They are there, and then if you want to do user movement, you can get to that, and then you can look down and you'll see that they're 10 feet away from you. So these 3 people are only kind of 20 feet away from you.
Okay. But there
is all the spiked growth.
Yeah. I want to get at the edge of the spike growth, and I'm going to ready my action to hit with my sword whoever is closest.
You don't know if it's Irvin or not, but it's one of the 2 human men, and they are wearing, and it suddenly clicks. They're wearing the armor that Harvin and Neve are wearing. And as you get close, they are bare hand pulling at the spiked growth, and they're trying to pull their way out of it. They're using swords. As they see you get close, the human man in front of you just says, I can't see anyone. Where is everybody? And he slashes out. Now you're too far away. He's not going to hit you, but he slashes out with his sword. And you're readying your action for them once they get.
Yeah, once they get close, and I'm just going to look at them and go, "It's okay. It's going to be over soon."
It seems to fall on deaf ears.
It's more Finton than anything else.
At this moment, Inez, that boat that you had left the marking on, it is just thrown up into the air and burrowing out of the mud and muck. You just see the huge sweat and slime covered face of a giant frog, and the 2 milky eyes stare at you as it pushes itself out of the dirt, and its tongue lashes out at you. And it's gonna make an attack roll because sorry, I didn't ask. Sorry, you read your action. Can you bonus action after reading? We'll figure that out the next time.
I think you just use your reaction to use the action you had ready.
Yeah. So you have a bonus action if it's something you want to do. Might be muted.
Sorry. I'm going to keep my bonus action because I can use that point if needs be.
Grandest. That's fine.
Yeah.
21 to hit Inez.
Yeah, that hits.
And then I need you to. Oh no, it's a target. Oh yeah, that's fine. You are grappled.
Great.
And then take 8 piercing damage.
She's down.
Okay.
Okay. Am I within distance?
No. Because so Inez went further along the bank. You went straight forward. And it is in this moment, as it appears, this tongue just comes out. lashes against your arm up into your shoulder, Inez, and it sticks. And it's not that it's wet and covered in slime. There are these little spiny barbs that wrap into you, and it pulls you back. Your arm burns. It pulls you in, and the pain just immediately rushes over you as you are swallowed. And Thranos, Eric, and Guy, you see Inez just swallowed by this giant black and blue frog. Okay, and it is like it's I don't know frog anatomy, but the front of it, where its mouth and jaw is, there is just this bulge where it's holding Inez in its mouth.
Oh, that's so gross.
Sorry.
You do have the periaptic wound closure, so you should be immediately stabilized.
Yeah,
inside the frog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My eyes are still closed. The only other thing I wanted to mention is if there's any poisoning with this frog, I've got immunity. But yeah.
No, there's no poison. But I should have. I should have had poison frogs, but I didn't. At the end of its turn, Randy, can the other giant frog decide to come back? The one that is terrified of you.
Oh, the one that is terrified of me. Must move as far as you can using the safest route. It does not say that it comes back. It doesn't say like it's turning away until my next turn. It just says it's turning using the safest route. So I hope it means it has left for good.
I think it doesn't use its action to get as far away from you as possible, so it would take
so at this point,
its movement and its action to also move.
It takes 3d6, which it did. It must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away from you. On a successful save, it takes half damage. So yeah, it used its reaction to get away, so it can use its action to come back. And yeah, it's Kealira, you're the closest person to it, so it is, as quickly as it leapt out, it is going to leap back, and it leaps up into the air, opens its mouth, and it goes to bite you. And that's a 5.
Awesome. Because I did. I don't know. I can never remember with reactions, because I did ready my longbow. Am I able to utilize that?
No. Because you took an action with your. Did you take an action? Yeah, you did. You cast.
I cast the spell.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to. Because you use your reaction. Once you're ready, you use your reaction to take an action.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it is it's you look up and you just jump back 2 or 3 feet as it lands face first, and it eats a mouthful of sand and mud and stone, and then immediately it just out, and you see some of the stones are burning. They're actually melting as acid pools out of its mouth. We're at the top of the turn order, and Guy, there are 2 giant frogs about. One is 15 feet away from you, fighting Kealira. The other one has eaten Inez about 20 feet from you. There is a wall of miasma 30 feet from you at the edge of the lake. And there are 3 people down in the lake pulling themselves through vines.
Oh, goodness, choices here. So 15 feet away from the frogs. Okay, as a bonus action, first of all, I would like to cast a healing word towards Inez. That will use my last spell slot because I'm a level 1 barbarian. But I think it will.
Do you need to see somebody for healing word?
Oh,
yeah. I'm in a frog.
You
can see within.
Yeah, you can see the outline of Inez in the frog.
I can see the outline of Inez, so it's.
Yeah.
Will not work because I cannot see her exactly.
No.
Okay.
You can heal the frog.
I could heal the frog. Okay. Question about the 3 people who are dead but not undead. So it seems they're wearing the same armor. Could I, without using my action, try to maybe think or ration? Are they actually like? Is one of them Erwin's brother? Like, but somehow they've.
You can give me
yeah.
a perception check.
Okay, perception.
Just like this is more like do you notice anything?
Okay, perception check, and that will be. Okay, two. It's perception. Well, that will be a 21, and with a nat 20.
Oh, okay. No, a natural 20. You spot the family resemblance. If we've Harvin and we've Erwin. Erwin looks older. It's actually they have a very similar sort of face, like in terms of shape. But it's the red hair, and it's only now Guy that you look down at him because he's wet, but you can see he has that sort of rust red hair that Harvin has. They're both wearing the same uniforms. This is, purely off of appearances, and you've never met Erwin before, but based on the reaction and stuff like that, and this must look like Erwin at the very least. Whether it's him or not, you can't tell, but you can definitely tell he looks like his younger brother.
Okay, this is very interesting. So he is dead. He may be the brother, or at least looks like the brother is dead.
Sound like a soap opera.
Yeah.
He's dead, but he looks like the brother.
So I still have a bonus action and action to do. Okay, in that case, as a bonus action, I think I would like to cast a healing word towards Erwin's brother. I don't know if it will do anything, and this may be a bad choice, but I would like to try that, and I say, if you're Erwin's brother, we are not here to harm you. And I'm looking for my D4s that I set aside somewhere, and they were just here within my reach, and now they're gone. 1 second. That's going to be there will be 6 points of healing towards the person who may or may not be Erwin's brother.
As you say this, as you cast the magic outwards, you feel it sort of envelop around the man that looks like Erwin. You see some of the wounds on his hands where he had been pulling at the vines close and heal. As your words ring in his ears, he looks up and he sees Harvin standing there. You shouldn't have come here. I'll fucking kill you. And he just rips through the vines. And this is a thing. He is you literally see him push through. His body bends and twists in a way that it shouldn't. Like it's almost as if the bones become malleable. And he slips through the spine and spike growth.
How far is he from me? I have
he's within range of Fenton. So he's if your action was, he is about to walk into your space or slide into your space, Fenton.
Well, as soon as he's in my space, I hit him.
Yeah, go for it.
That's my ready actions. Perfect.
He did come through the rest of the spike growth, so that's another 4 damage on top of that as he's ripping his way through.
But
I still have.
But he didn't rip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he literally, like his body shouldn't have done that the way it did.
Disgusting.
That is a 9 to hit.
A 9 won't hit.
Okay. Yeah, just swing and miss.
Swing of it. Yeah, it's the again you swing Finton because he comes it's terrifying like his body there's something almost weasel like or in the way that there's flexible and then there's what is wrong with your bones, what is wrong with your skeleton and your structure, and half thrown off you swing, you tear through some of the spike growth. But your sword misses him as he sort of twists under, like he literally falls in half and falls and collapses in himself and starts to crawl and push himself up.
You're not meant to do that.
No, it's not. It's definitely not. Guy, you still have your action.
Yes, thank you. So with my action, I'm trying to repair my mistake, and it's very, very often that through more recent experience, I kind of I expect not really the best of people, but I kind of think maybe this is a good sign. Maybe there is some good in this world of darkness, and of course I know that there is, but in this particular time, we cannot always be right. So this is actually something, may have been good and may have been indeed the brother, but it's now some kind of like change into something more malevolent. So I try to shoot him with my short bow, which I do have at least
+1.
80 feet of range.
Yeah.
So this will be +7. So that will be 18 to hit.
That hits definitely.
Damage will be 1d6 + 5, 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so what I think is brilliant is you healed him for 6 and then you've now damaged him for 6. But you, seeing that it doesn't, your words affect him, but it doesn't slow him, it doesn't make him consider. In fact, it seems to terrorize him, sending him into a frenzy, watching him contort and twist. You draw the short bow, you pull back and you loose an arrow. It cuts through the air, and Finton, it shoots past you over your shoulder, and it catches him right into the neck. And there is an arrow sticking out of Erwin's neck.
Okay, you should be dead. You need to stop that.
He's still, like his head goes back, like the neck just goes back with it. But there is just rage and fear carved into his face. Like if he presses any harder, he's going to start breaking teeth. That is how hard his jaw is clenched. In this moment, I need all of you to give me wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
As the miasma fills the edge of the lake.
From the inside of the frog?
Oh, you're fine. You're inside a frog.
A protective frog.
I'm wearing my frog suit.
That's a nat 1.
I got a nat 20. 27.
Okay.
13.
16.
22.
Do me a favor, everybody. Write down those rolls. Because in this moment, as you are all enveloped by this miasma, there is the ringing of chimes. And as you look out to see where it's coming from, there is a faint light in the distance. And it is coming closer to the bank. And that is where we're going to leave our...
Oh!
Oh,
Of course.
fuck's sake.
Sorry, I had to get that out. Otherwise, I couldn't hold on to that. A massive... oh God, you've set up my day now. A massive thank you to Sam, Emily, Soph, Keen, Randy, and Garnet / legal name Ashton. But I have Garnet on the overlay, so I can change that if you want. Chef's kiss to all of you, but not the frog. Sorry, Sam, I'm not going near that frog. But
Fine, I'll take care of it.
and it was just
We'll
the
clean
fact
it
that
up next time.
Soph had to remind us that you're now conscious inside it as well.
Stabilize, not necessarily conscious.
that's
Stabilize,
different. That's different.
not actively dying.
Yeah.
Just floating about this frog.
We are so because I'm trying to get this right because this is a pre-recorded session. But the Wednesday coming, we are back for the Quiet Between. So we're gonna go back to the guild in the city of Varan, and we're gonna see what some of the other guild members are up to. I'm Declan. I have been your game master, and it's so much fun when these things start off so lovely and then end with one person in a frog, one person rolling in that one, and being enveloped by a lasting dark miasma cloud. Well, I had fun, and that's all that matters.
I'm glad, Declan.
We will be back in 2 weeks' time to find out just what that source of light is or isn't, where that ringing of chimes is coming from. Until then, please make sure you check out all the other adventures and missions that the Emberlight Guild have been going on over the last couple of weeks. They're all available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/D8 Dungeon, I think. But I'll put the link in the chat because this is pre-recorded, which is great. I would also love if you haven't, the Emberlight Saga is incredibly near and dear to my little heart, but it shares a little room with Romancing the Dungeon, our podcast series, which is available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube if that's where you prefer to watch your podcasts, I guess. But I would love if you would check out Romancing the Dungeon. We're in the 3rd and final season of this campaign arc. It is really, really ramping up. It's the perfect time to binge 2 whole seasons. You can just do all that. There are some familiar voices. I've emotionally bullied Garnet in it quite a bit. That was a lot of fun. But there are plenty of other people from around the Irish and International TRGP sphere who have, I said sphere, because that's how I say sphere now. That's the 3rd coffee coming through me. But I would love if you would check us out and have a listen to it. And if you do and you like it, maybe leave us a review or something. I don't know how these things work, but that would be nice and lovely. And why not head over to our Discord server where all these lovely people hang out. And I'm there sometimes too, posting pictures of cats and or wine when I've been drinking. So if you want more wine and or cats in your life, you can head over to the D8 Dungeon Discord. I'll pop the link to that in the chat as well. That's it. We have to find out what happens. We have to play to find out what happens. But I will see the 6 of you soon, I hope, to find out just what's happening at Biggest Brother Lake.
Nothing
Until
good.
This is our beach episode, everybody.
I've been to some similar beaches, to be fair. Yeah.
Good. Take care and have a good week.
Bye.